Dr. Prabhakar Sangurmat from IGPC, who is on the board of directors, the Hatti Gold Mines. With 35 years of rich experience, he is a veteran in mining and has been the recipient of many awards and accolades, including the National Geoscience Award, which is an honor from the Government of India. I invite Dr. Sangurmat to throw some light on this and help us understand the current status of gold mining in India. Thank you.
Learned colleagues, it is really a pleasure to me. From the last 2 days we are discussing about the gold. Now we will discuss something about the gold mining and its source and its what's the problems. We all know that when there is a lot of demand for the gold, we required for the India nearly about 800 tons of the gold, whereas we are producing only 1.7 tons of the gold. Thus, there exists a huge gap between the demand and indigenous production of gold, which is likely to continue unless some key reforms in gold mining industry are to be implemented on the fast track. So far it is one important information. The exploration so far carried out in India has proved that we have got about 503 million tons of the gold ore, primary gold ore, that occurs in the form of a quartz veins and all. Another is a secondary gold which occurs in the river beds. It is about 26 million tons. So in terms of metal, it is going to be 654 metal tons is available in our country, which is explored by the Geological Survey of India and all. So exploration is a very risky business. If we prospect about 1,000 mineral prospects found, hundreds are reconnaissance drill test and 10 are intensively drill tested and one become a mine. Just this slide shows how much risky is the exploration. About 95 tons of the gold metal categorized as economically mineable, or the resources are about 470 tons, which are proved by the Geological Survey of India, MECL, HGML and other private agencies. India is characterized by the large number of the gold occurrences. Here I am repeating, India is categorized by the large number of the small gold occurrences. However, these resources are await upgradation by substantial deep diamond drilling. Gold mining in India goes back to the Ashokan period. They are right from 1880, Kolar gold mint has been started. As it is not economically viable and administrative problem, Kolar gold mine was closed in 2001. Now only Hatti gold mine is only the leading gold producer in our country, which produces about 1.7 tons and byproduct from the Hindustan copper projects. Now reforms in the gold mining industry. The government key objective was reforms in the mineral sectors are accelerated for the growth of the mining industry and increase the mine production and exploration, transparency in allocation of the mineral concession, generate large-scale employment, enhance a private investment in the mineral sector and reduce the imports. So now if we analyze the status, what is now? After extensive consultations with the states, industry associates, miners and other stakeholders and general public, Ministry of Mines, Government of India has brought out a mineral auction rules. In order to provide the hand-holding support for the implementation of the auctions among the mining leases and prospective mining leases, Ministry of Mines has through its institution provided a initial hand-holding support to this system. So totally 87 mineral blocks have been notified across the 9 states for auction and are still till the 2018 about 43 blocks were successfully auctioned. Value of the resource auctioned are about 1,999,782 crores. The estimated revenue to the state government over the lease period is about 1,55,457 crores. And the additional contribution from the auction is going to be to 1,19,721 crores. But royalty for this one will be about 31,000 crores. DMF contribution will be about 3,191 crores. NMET funds will be about 638. NMET is a National Mineral Exploration Trust. So now these are all the auction blocks, various in our country. Right, so this is one Chigargunta block is there in 2018. It has been auctioned to the NMDC. One more Bagmer is there, but that has gone to the Vedanta in 2016. and another one mine in Jharkhand also to the 2016, and another one is in Karnataka, Tumkur 2017, Ajjanalli is in 2022, and Bellarghatta in Chitradurga, Karnataka is 2022. There is another one in Impal is a 2020, and Atesh Chhattisgarh is a 2020. All these blocks have been auctioned, and some of the private bidders and also the government agencies have participated in this one, and these are all the agencies have auctioned winner in this one. So this all again successful auctions from 2015. What are the blocks? Totally 13 blocks have been auctioned, and these agencies have won over in this one. So we can see that one from 2016 up to 2022, all these blocks have been auctioned. In between about nearly 2.5 years due to COVID, no much activities have been taken out, which I have interacted and discussed with so many things involved with them. And now some of these works are in progress for clearing the statutory clearances. So these are all the state-wise blocks which are auctioned. Is been mentioned in this one. CL is a composite license, ML is a mining license. Who have got the auctioning, they can carry out, and second, they will be having a right to take out the further for the exploration activities also in this one. So these are all the various blocks year-wise 2015 to 21. How state-wise it has been categorized on where the blocks have been auctioned and all. The first ever auction of the gold mine in the country has already taken place in Chhattisgarh on 2016 by the Vedanta. And now still today you may ask a very interesting question that I have done the so far analysis from 2016 onwards due to some local problems, the acquisition of the land, environmental clearances and other interferences have happened. Now, just now they have started the exploration activities in this area. And now coming to the private agencies, there are now totally 22 private agencies which are engaged in the mineral exploration. With the amendment of the MMRD Act 2021, private agencies can also participate in the exploration, getting duly accredited by the Quality Council of India. So who are the benefited by the mining? We know all very well about this one. It has got a great employment opportunity, direct and indirect, energy sector, manufacturing sector, transport sector, and skill technology, exports, government revenues, and contribution to the Make in India and smart cities, linkage to the job per multipliers. So India has an unemployment of about in 2020 was about a 17.11%, highest since 1991. Mining sector has the potential generate around 500 crore jobs by 2025. In this, gold mining can create about 1 lakh jobs in a rural area. For every ton of the gold mined, rupees 100 to 120 crores goes into the local rural economy in the form of wages and industry, skill development, mineral and machinery is associated health, roads and poverty alleviations. Mining can provide a significant employment opportunities in a rural area. Currently, Hatti is having regularly about 5,000 peoples. So for FDI has gotten one more medium to attract the investments. And we have got a more taxation rate. Taxation should be around 40%. Actions on policy analysis. The 2016 Parliamentary Act, which allowed the private companies for the bid mining lease via competitive processes, proposed in the mining lease period for a mineral to be granted for a period of 50 years compared to the earlier previous 30 years. This auction process has got merits as well as demerits. It is one of the merit in this one. During the 12th 5-year plan, we had a plan to produce about 44 tons of the gold, whereas we have produced only the 7.5 tons of the gold. This clearly indicates when the role of the private sector is very crucial in developing the mining sector in India. For that thing, now government has allowed and some of the private agencies have been recognized this one. So as per the new MMRD Act, even the prospecting or reconnaissance licenses, the reimbursement of the exploration cost is there for the auction block also by the NMT fund. Mining policies in the country, for foreigners can participate in the bidding process because the gold exploration mining is cheaper than to the rest of the world. The global cost of mining is about $950 to $1,000 per ounce for underground mines. For an open pit mine in Ganjur in Karnataka, for example, the cost of mining will be around 600 ounce per this one. The first come, first served system was not effective in India. It has to be examined for the amendment. The country's OGP area, obvious geological potential area, is about 7 lakh square kilometer, could have several decades to package such a large area, put them into the auction. However, FCFS mood, that first come, first serve mood, is much faster. That will do a greater phase, which will attract the desired level of investment in expertise and technology. Now, limitations and way forward. Auctioning is yet to attract the FDI and or technically competent junior exploration company services, or the same being not in tune with the international laws governing with the grant of the mineral concession. The auction system does not encourage much junior exploration because it does not support the exploration to be carried out like a commercial business. There should be a single window system for getting the clearances. It may be the infrastructure, it may be the forest, or it may be the any other things. Whatever it is required, it should be in a single window, interest should be there. And block auction should have been given for the mineral conservation point of view, you have to see. Otherwise, they will only take out the cream of the mine. Because now I will tell you, now the gold rate is very very high. Now we can mine even a gold ore up to 2 grams per ton. When gold rate was very low, sometimes we have mined only up to 4 to 5 grams. We have left it like that one. Like that one, lot of the good old ore has been left out in the KGF. This has to be taken. And auctioning, that private players and others should be given the encouragement. This one, auction mood works out to be extended to the granting of the mining lease for the bulk minerals like iron ore, limestone, manganese, chromite, bauxite, which form 90% of all the block auctions so far. In fact, 184 blocks auctioned so far between July 2015 to 2022, only 13 blocks are for the deep-seated minerals like gold, diamond, etc. The auction mood is yet is to be re-examined for the discovery of the deep-seated mineral deposits like gold, etc. And all the Department of Mines and Geology should play a major role getting the integrated clearances. There are some public sector units sitting idle with the mines, which are the national resources. So it may be examined if the mine does not produce in 5 to 6 years, it is better to take back and auction it. Emphasis should be given to the resource maximization, and conversion of the resource into the mines will automatically maximize the revenue flow to the state as well as to the other important two things. One more important sector for the job opportunities and skill development is that one, like geotourism hubs is required in the industrial areas of the mining areas like Kolar, Hatti, Ramgiri, and our Hindustan copper areas, Hindustan zinc areas. And for example, in Johnsburg, a smaller abandoned mine and old installed attracted the large number of the tourists. It is one more the things has to be taken up. So now our thrust will be in this area project will be, IGPC will work closely with the government and the industries providing the meaningful policy advisory for mapping all the segments of the gold value chain for reform impact, for research, engagement and policy recommendations and training. A lot can be accomplished by the designing the novel landscape of a Indian gold sector and carve out a niche in the global mining industry. IGPC and Ministry of Mines, Government of India interface meeting on a regular basis. A skill plan to be prepared keeping in mind the state-of-art exploration, mining and metallurgy technology of underground and open pit gold mines. The important regulations related to the doré to be examined with allowing the import from artisanal miners with a proper due diligence. Initiative needed from within the industry in the form of self-assessment for the existing practices has to be examined. Assessing the future gold mining through a sustainable livelihood framework and much better policies for a community development, rural employment generation to be examined. There there is a need for a policy paper strengthening the gold mining industry in the country. The mining industry has been working in a generic amendments of the Mines and Mineral Act and will beneficial impact for the prospecting gold mining. Hence, IGPC will work intensively closely with the Ministry of Mines. Now, there are about 400 gold blocks are available in the country, which has to be examined very thoroughly, how it should be brought into the production, because now gold is enjoying all the high time price. Now, coming to this one, main thrust areas, this one should be there. We have to see that one, how MMRD Act can be re-examined and to be discussed out with the Ministry of Mines by number one, single window system should be brought out, and auctioning bid or a tender document should have an all inbuilt system is that one where the government will support them in getting the clearances and all. NMET, National Exploration, Mineral Exploration Trust will be utilized for the exploration purpose, and how our modernization, expansion in the exploration metallurgy can be done it by utilizing IT, BT, and also in skill development, and utilizing the district mineral fund, royalty, and other CSR policy matter, and taxation has to be examined. These are all the things, certain things has to be examined. We see that on how best it can be brought out into the tune of this one for the production of this one, because we are only producing 1.7 ton of the gold, whereas we required about 800 tons of the gold. Thank you very much. I am very much thankful to the Professor Sai sir and Som Sundam sir, Harish and team to support me in this project. Anything?
Just one thing.
Yes, sir.
So what is the biggest hurdle that, and when will we start the production actually happening of all these auction mines which you have mentioned? What is the gestation period?
You know, actually, once we have auctioned, the gestation period should not be, because you require exploration. Exploration is required only about a 2 years period. After by 2 years here, they should get all the statutory clearances like infrastructure, roads and other things, environmental clearances, and all those things. They should start within a period of 3 years. 3 to 4 years they should start.
So, but have they already drawn their viability plans? Have you interacted with any of the guys?
Yes, no, some people have prepared it for that thing. Because of there's only one Vedanta which has got 16, still today they could not do it. Because of that one, the government has intervened there and doing it. Other things are only between 2020 and all those things, 2017. They were on the just thing. However, it requires a subtle re-examining of the certain matters which are related to the people who have got it, those bids, why they are not going in a full swing and all those things. Is there anything else problems in their exploration program or feasibility or statutory clearances? It requires one brainstorming session with them, about 13, 14 people are there with that thing to be done. Thank you.